Morning, everyone. I would like to welcome you all for another session on thoughts on education and initiative by Collegedunia. I take this opportunity to welcome our eminent speaker, Dr.K.Shantha, Madam, Principal of St. Joseph Degree College, Karnal. Welcome, ma'am. I request you to give a brief intro about yourself and your college.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. I am Dr. Shantha, Principal, St. Joseph's Degree College, Sunkesla Road, Karnool. This college is actually governed by a society called St. Joseph's Educational Society. We have got three more schools which work under this particular society. So our founders have given us certain norms and standards, which we are trying to keep it on so that we can maintain the standards that are set by the founders. Actually, the college is known for its discipline and the well conduction of all the good conduction of all the academic matters as well as curricular and extracurricular activities. So I would like to say that our college has got three programs like BSc, BCom and BBA. And we have got 11 courses in that three programs. And we have got around about 3,500 strength right now. And I proudly say that more than 50% are girls. So this is a very important aspect that I would like to mention here. And our college is fortunate to have eminent and efficient, experienced lecturers who stand as pillars for the progress of the institution. And they take care of the students to that extent that they'll be in constant touch with the parents as well as the students, and they'll be keeping on guiding them how to improve themselves personally. Also, they'll take care. That's one of the greatest thing that I can say. Regularly, parents will come to our institution and interact with the students as well as with the principal, that is me. They'll be having a constant rapport. There is a rapport between the parents and the teachers, the faculty who deal with these students. And coming to the campus, we are located in such an area where it's very convenient and it's pleasing and it is appealing to study. We are in 11 acres campus, green campus, eco-friendly campus. And in these 11 acres, we have got 3 buildings and 3 acres of land meant only for the open air stadium as well as for the courts like hockey, volleyball and handball. All these courts are drafted on the ground and people regularly go and practice in these grounds. Nowadays, this is very much essential that all these days, people are accustomed to use the electronic gadgets. People are not interested in physical activities, whereas that's not there in our college. We have got ample place for them to practice the game of their interest, sport of their interest, and we have got a very nice gymnasium in the college, and the extracurricular and co-curricular activities are taken care of by many student clubs, like Echo Club, then Oratory Club, Cultural and Literary Club, and then of course we have got NCC, NSS, then Youth Red Cross Society is there, a wing is there, which work for so many aspects, on so many aspects. Like, for example, I would like to mention one of the days in the October, it is dedicated for Hand Wash Day. Nowadays, what's the importance of washing hands. In this pandemic, we have come to know the importance of keeping ourselves hygiene and the healthy habits that we have to follow. So for that, what we have done is we have adopted a village nearby the college called Nedjuru. A village near the college is being adapted, and there we go regularly. Students who are under NSS, they have a camp of 7 days over there, and they enlighten the people in that particular village regarding so many aspects. We conduct some camps over there, like we take the help of the college, Pullareddy College, Dental College is there here in Kurnool. We take the help of that college management, and we'll conduct free camps for them, like eye camps, dental camps, and awareness programs regarding health and hygiene, and educating the mob regarding the HIV and other deadly diseases, what type of care is to be taken. A schedule will be planned, and different students will be assigned for these purposes. Sometimes we go for the blood grouping. People are not aware of their blood groups. It's very essential nowadays that they should know, they should have an idea about their blood grouping. So the life science students from our college take all the necessary kits to that particular village and test the samples of the blood collected, and they will be giving the group of the villagers who come over there and test their blood. So like that, our students are also exposed to the real life, which is not in the college campus, which is outside the campus, because how the world around them, they should know, they should have an idea about the realistic world, what are the responsibilities as an educated person they will have to give to the society. Nowadays, I have seen a movie, Srimantudu. In that, there's a caption which I liked very much, that something should be given back to the society. Yes, that is very much needed, and this youth should understand that what they have learned here as a student, what contribution they can give to the society, that they should have that idea. Only when they are exposed to the real life situations, then only they'll get that idea. So to take care of all those things, we conduct many things. Say, for example, last year we had a rally on Girls' Day, International Girl Child Day was there. On that day, near the slums, our girl students, they went along 3 or 4 lecturers, and they had given some, a short brief importance of the girl child, and why it is essential that we need to educate the children, the families. We should not leave them like that after getting them here into this world. What type of care should be taken for all these children? All these things they have dealt in that rally. So like that, we'll conduct certain programs to make the students feel the responsibility, social responsibility. And I would like to add one more thing here about my college. The college every day has got an assembly. Every day we start the college with a prayer. By looking at the name of the college, people think that we pray, we give a religious prayer. No, it's not like that. It's a very secular college. The name is St. Joseph's, but it is a very secular college. We daily start the proceedings of the day with a prayer. I'll give the prayer here. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amrutangamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this gives a power to the students that, we are in an educational institution. That means this is helping us to drive away the darkness of the ignorance, So ignorance is being driven away because of this. So we are asking the Almighty, whoever it is, maybe Allah, maybe Jesus, maybe Shiva, whoever it is, we are asking the Almighty to give that strength to drive away the ignorance, which is in the form of darkness. Asatoma Sadgamaya. So Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamas means all ignorance, towards the light. Oh Lord, you have to drive us towards the light with the knowledge that we are going to gain in this day. So like that, we pray and then start the that particular day, and followed by the prayer. Every day, one student is asked to talk about a particular topic of his choice or her choice in front of all his fellow classmates and college mates. 1 or 2 minute reading will be there. They can prepare either of, they can keep the paper and read, or they can say like that only. So like that, students are given an encouragement to come and speak in front of their students, which boosts their confidence levels to a great extent. So many people, they have an interest and a zeal to learn so many things and want to exhibit in front of their fellow classmates, but they seldom get that opportunity. But in our college, every day one student is given that opportunity to speak about what he or she likes. There is a book maintained in the office wherein student will come and write his name on a particular date. So he will reserve his place on that particular day to speak about the topic of his choice. So like that, we encourage the students, their abilities are always encouraged. And there is a perfect plan of the academic schedule, and we'll stick on to that particular plan. Regular examinations will be there. We will not allow the students to skip the internal exams. Practicals are held regularly. And in between, we'll take all these cultural and co-curricular, extracurricular activities. The last year, I think 2018, we have given our college to accommodate 62 universities for South Zone handball tournaments. So 62 universities have come because it's a South Zone competition. All the universities which are qualified for this particular handball competition have come over here. It was a very big event and it was held very nicely. So you can imagine the amount of ground that is available for us and the accommodation. We have got around 81 classrooms, 20 labs, well equipped with the scientific apparatus, and then ventilation, very good ventilation, and all infrastructural facilities are given by the management. I am very lucky to work under such a dynamic management, which will give a weightage to the words that are received from the faculty, and they will act accordingly. They will not deny anything. So the main motto of the college is age code ages. That means whatever you do, do it well. That's the logo that we follow it's there in the emblem. It's a Latin phrase. It means whatever you do, do it well. So that is what is made us to, learn and implement, not only by the faculty members, but also the students. I am proud, I can proudly say that our college has introduced uniform. The degree students have got uniform. Life science students, gray color, and arts and commerce students, they wear blue color, and the mathematics students, they wear green color. That is mandatory for all the students who take admission in our college. They'll have to take up this uniform, and in all the working days, they'll have to wear this uniform. There's no particular day where they are allowed to wear civil dress. This gives uniformity in the college, a discipline in the college. We give a lot of weightage to the discipline because an undisciplined person cannot achieve anything in this world. The competition is so very high. If you are not disciplined, if you are not hardworking, you are placed nowhere in this world. So our college, I'm very proud to say that many companies visit our college, and every year about 60% of our final year students are placed in different companies, be it multinational company, be it an Indian company, an IT company, and one institution is there for life sciences, that is Indian Immunological Limited. One institution is there, which gives training as well as the job for life science students in various aspects. It's a very nice institution for any life science student. At least 10 to 15 students from our college go every year to that particular Indian Immunology Limited. It's a very prestigious place where people can learn so many things. And these students who are trained in that particular institution are like hotcakes for Reddy labs, hetero labs, and all these labs. Because in these labs, they will train students in only one area. Whereas here in this immunological institution, students can get training in 10 different aspects. They will know, they get exposure in so many things. So if they want to go to any other company, they are most welcome, because they whichever company wants to hire a particular candidate, they will see how best the candidate is in working with so many other instruments. So it's a very, an important aspect. And our college is an NPTEL local chapter. And I'm one more thing, APSSDC, that is skill development of Andhra Pradesh, that has got one, we have given 2 labs and 2 classrooms for them to conduct the proceedings. Like they will plan certificate courses, they will invite eminent people all around the country as well as Andhra Pradesh to educate the students with no charging, without charging anything. So that's a great achievement for the student who cannot afford, who is not in a position to learn many things by spending money. You know, this skill development corporation, it is helping these students by, for example, nowadays Python is data sciences. All these are very important aspects. You know, they give coaching in this particular, that is certificate course in these programming languages, and equip the students. So it's a very good achievement for a degree student. He will be placed in a better position when campus interviews are held, you know. And other important aspect is we insist on improving the communication skills. Nowadays, an average student with good communication skills is preferred than a merit student with poor communication skills. Nowadays, companies are not interested in the merit. They are more interested because they have to lead a particular team. If they are poor in their communication skills, even if they work efficiently, it cannot help the company, isn't it? So communications is an area where we always insist, apart from the discipline. So these are certain highlights of our college.
తల్లిదండ్రులకి నా విజ్ఞప్తి ఏంటంటే, మీరు అడిగిందంతా కూడా పిల్లలకి ఇస్తూ ఉన్నారు, చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. కానీ ఆ పిల్లవాడు కరెక్ట్గా కాలేజ్కి వస్తున్నాడా లేదా, చదువుతున్నాడా లేదా అని పట్టించుకోవడం చాలా తక్కువ మందిలోనే మేము చూస్తున్నాము. ముఖ్యంగా పల్లెటూర్ల నుంచి వచ్చే పిల్లవాళ్ళు, తర్వాత చాలా రిమోట్ ప్లేసెస్ నుంచి వచ్చే పిల్లలు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే, రూముల్లో ఉండి ఇక్కడ సరిగా అటెండ్ కాకపోవటము. మేమైతే SMS ద్వారా పంపిస్తుంటాం మెసేజెస్, కానీ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు నంబర్స్ వాళ్ళవే కన్వీనియంట్ నంబర్స్ ఇచ్చేసుకుంటారనమాట. అలాంటప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే, తల్లిదండ్రులుగా మన అబ్బాయిని మన అమ్మాయిని పలానా కాలేజీలో చేర్చినాము, 3 నెలలకు ఒకసారి ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి మనవాడు ఎట్లా చదువుతున్నాడు, ఎట్లా అటెండ్ అవుతున్నాడు, ఏంటి అనేది కొంచెం పట్టించుకుంటే వాళ్ళలో కొంచెం భయభక్తులు ఉండి బాగా చదువుకుంటారనమాట. తర్వాత పిల్లలు కూడా ఏంటంటే, మన వేరే వేరే వ్యాపకాలన్నీ పెట్టేసుకుని చదువు మీద ఫోకస్ అనేది చాలా తగ్గించేసుకుంటారు. టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్ అనేది వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అది చెప్పితే వచ్చేది కాదు, మనము నడవడికలోనే అది తెచ్చుకోవాలన్నమాట. మన కాడికి మనమే ఏమంటారు, ఆ బెంట్ ఆఫ్ మైండ్ ఉండాలి మనకి. అవును, మన టైం వేస్ట్ అయిపోతే మళ్ళీ తెచ్చుకోవడానికి రాదు. ఒక సామెత చెప్తారు, అందరి చేతిలో గడియారం ఉంటుంది కానీ ఎవ్వరి చేతిలో సమయం అనేది ఉండదన్నమాట. సమయం ఎవరి మాట అయిందో అది పాటికి అది నడుచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతూనే ఉంటుంది, ఎవరి కోసం అది ఆగదు. కాబట్టి మనం ఏం చేయాలి అంటే, పిల్లలుగా మన టైంని ఎలా మేనేజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అనేది మనకు రావాలి. అండ్ తల్లిదండ్రులుగా మనం ఒక కోర్సులో చేర్పించిన తర్వాత ఆ అబ్బాయి ఎలా చదువుతున్నాడు, ఎలా వెళ్తున్నాడు, అందరితో ఎలాంటి బిహేవియర్ ఉంది, ఇలాంటి ఎంక్వైరీస్ అనేవి తప్పకుండా ఖచ్చితంగా చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. ఇట్లా చేసినప్పుడు ఆ పిల్లలు బాగుంటారు, మీరు వాళ్ళని చదివించిన దానికి మీకు ఒక సార్థకత అనేది వస్తుందన్నమాట.
Thank you for the insights, man. I would like to appreciate your students for doing such NGO activities. And let's get into the discussion. Like I'll be asking you one by one question. Yeah, let's get into the discussion. Being the principal of St. Joseph College, what was your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Okay. So one thing I would say, a leader should be an exemplary person, because leader, many people follow the leader, right? Suppose if the leader is not proper and not doing the things according to the requirement, then the leader cannot have a say on the other people to do the things in that particular required way, isn't it? So leader should be exemplary, first of all. And the second aspect, which my philosophy in which I follow is, a leader should be a good listener. When you listen to others, half of the problem is solved there itself. Because if you don't give an ear to the either for the proposals or for the problems, or either by the staff members or the students or any other stakeholder, then it's very difficult for us to understand what is actually happening. Suppose you don't listen, we don't get anything to do, isn't it? So what I feel is, listening is an important aspect, and then just listening will not serve the purpose. So I delegate with all my staff members so that I can get an idea in what aspect the particular staff member or a student is good at. Once I can understand that, I can assign them the appropriate work and I can get the work done. So the philosophy is very simple. No ego. Ego should not enter into the proceedings. Then everything will come to a standstill. So one is good listening, then delegating with the staff and the stakeholders at regular intervals, and then giving a realistic and candid approach to the management. I'm like a bridge between management and the stakeholders, right? So if I'm not doing my job properly, institution will not grow. So after all, I have got an identity in the society because of the institution. I am not identified as a person. I am identified only because of my institution. So that I should always keep that in my mind. And whatever decision I take, I should take in favor of decision, not in favor of any individual. That's the philosophy.
Great. My second question is, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Yeah. There's a lot of difference in the educational scenario that we have in India as well as in the abroad. One thing at this level I would like to inform you is, in India, any middle class family you take, they are fascinated about only two professional courses. One is the medicine, the other one is engineering. People are very much fascinated about these two terms, and IIT is like everybody's cup of tea, whether they're fit for that or not, nobody is thinking about. So with that, what is happening is, up to +2 level, students are not allowed to grow on their own. They are not given that freedom. Just because the neighbor's son has got a IIT seat, or sister's son has got an admission into an MBBS, we try to force our students without having any idea about what his or her interest is. With the result, what is happening is, the very unfortunate situation is created that a very few creamy layered persons are entering into undergraduate level, and all the cream of the students with good understanding, grasping power and other good qualities of a student, they are driven into the professional courses, whether they are really interested or not. That's the sad situation that we are facing. It is but fact, isn't it? So that is the scenario that I wanted to make you understand before I take up the undergraduate student. So now you understand what type of stuff enters the undergraduate college. Undergraduate college is filled with almost scrap. Sorry to say this, because most of the creamy layer of +2 students go for professional colleges. Whether the student is really interested or not, nobody is bothered about that. Nobody is bothered about that. You try to rub your ideas, you try to rub your opinions on the child and induce this idea of becoming an engineer or a doctor right from the LKG, right from the nursery. You try to burdenize the student. With the result, what is happening is student is not exposed, and very sad states of affairs in plus one, plus two classes. That fellow is not exposed to any real world. Suppose if that boy or girl is having that spark in them, people will identify. In closed doors, they are made to sit, mug up the plus one, plus two subjects, avoid the language from their vicinity. It will be vanished from their vicinity, and only subject, and subject. That is groups. A very sad state of affairs, I have to say, that a student who is qualified for an MSET or a NEET or JEE, very unfortunate that they can't write a single sentence without a mistake. Because it is not their fault. We are not giving them scope to develop their linguistical skills. See, with that, what is happening is the students who come out of that plus one, plus two and enter into the undergraduate courses, science students, I tell you, they don't know how to use a pipette, how to use a burette, how to handle the apparatus. They wouldn't have seen these apparatus. So right from the beginning, we have to make them understand. Right from the beginning, we have to make them understand. And with all the difficulties, we have to nurture the students. And you are asking 10 or 15 steps ahead. The question is 10 or 15 steps ahead in the outside India, abroad. How the situation in abroad is, it is more practical oriented rather than theoretical orientation. More of case studies are made, more of practical situations are dealt with in the undergraduate level. And so our students are far behind. So in those scrap which we have obtained, we'll have to find with a lens, with a microscope, we'll have to search and we'll have to pick out such students and give them correct form of instruction, and we have to nurture their abilities so that they can face the higher education in abroad. First of all, their language skills are to be improved, their communication levels have to be improved, and then facing practical situations or realistic, how to act with the realistic situations. We call them as life skills, So life skills are to be developed. And I'm very sorry to say that the percentage is very less. The number of students with that rigor, it's very less, as I mentioned earlier, the reason. But hopefully this scenario will change in the coming years. Let us hope that. And we have so many methods. We follow so many methods. As I mentioned earlier, we have got so many clubs: oratory club, English club, cultural and literary club, which will tap the inherent talents in the students, and we'll try to give as much as we can in these 3 years of their study here at our college.
Great, ma'am. After listening all this, I'm feeling that I'm happy because I choose my education since my childhood, like where to study, what to study, and all. So I feel grateful to my parents.
Very, very few are like you, Okay.
Yeah, my next question is, how does the curriculum of St. Joseph College ensure the best practice in the industry?
Yeah. Let me make one thing very clear to you, sir. We are an affiliated college. We are affiliated to Rayalaseema University, Kurnool. So, university gives the curriculum to the affiliated colleges. So, curriculum, we don't have any say on the curriculum. So, whatever curriculum is given to us, we'll have to plan that. We'll have to execute that. And to make this or to reduce the gap between the academics and the industry, what we are trying to do is, we introduce, as I told you, we are a local chapter for NPTEL, and we have got APSSDC working cell in our college. And apart from that, we have a number of certificate courses. add-on courses, value-added courses planned by the faculty of St. Joseph's. And we have got one certificate course from NSE, National Stock Exchange, from NSE, which works for the real problems. And one is from Tally. And a number of computer courses also we have planned, which is very much necessary for any student who wants to take up an IT job. Say, for example, when it is included in the curriculum, there is no problem. But there are many life science courses, maths, physics, chemistry combination is there, where there is no computer science in the curriculum. And then we have got BBA. Again, there is no computer science. So here, in whichever group we don't have computers as one of the papers planned in the curriculum, we insist on those students to take up computer science as a certificate course. If they stay for 6 semesters with us, each semester is given with one language. So by the time they complete their undergraduate course, they will be equipped with 6 different languages and 6 different computer languages, and their applications, which is very, very essential for them. They have in the curriculum, the very basic of MS Office is there for them, how to manage with MS Office and all. Every student is mandatorily made to read that particular aspect. But other languages, as I told you, which are very important for an IT industry, even these people go for replacement, they lack in that, isn't it? So to avoid that, we try to do that. And apart from that, there is one cell called as Entrepreneur Development Cell in our college, Women Development Cell in our college, which deals with the subjects like case studies, we go for case studies, and we ask the students to prepare a questionnaire so that they can find the trends in the market. Nowadays, entrepreneur education is given a lot of value, right? Entrepreneurs are the present need of the society. Government of India is insisting on Make in India, Made in India. This particular aspect is very much gaining importance. And startups, you might have heard about the startups, isn't it? So all that will not come in one day. The student has to be given such direction, because of this cell phone and this social media. Students have got a lot of exposure. They are very much having that information. But only thing is that driving force is not available with them. So we want to become that driving force by giving certain tasks for them and asking the interested students to complete.
Great, ma'am. Actually, entrepreneurship is a must in a college. Like students need a platform to grow. I feel it should be implemented in a great way still. So coming to my next question, what do you think should be the university's top priority over the next 10 years?
For our institution?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I just mentioned about Entrepreneur Development Cell, we have just started it. It's a 2 years baby in our college. So we want to develop it, and we want to have an incubation center and a probable ecosystem to nurture all these entrepreneurs. And we lack in research work, and I would like to give priority for that research work so that many of the science students improve their skills in that particular aspect, innovation, creation, that we have sufficient instrumentation is available. Only thing is we need to plan for proper research work. We haven't taken up it seriously. In the forthcoming years, I want to focus on that particular aspect and inculcate one habit of producing papers, both by students as well as by the faculty. That is the topmost priority.
Okay. With the competition so high, how do you guide your students to survive in such competitive scenarios?
Yeah, that's a good question. We try to identify the potentials of the students by so many aspects like simple test, quiz, so many other available methodologies are there. So we try to find the spark in the students. In every class, at least 10 to 15 students will be there with that particular spark, So all of them are given coaching in for any higher education, they need to face an entrance exam. So what type of preparation is necessary right from the first year? There is IIT JAM is there. JAM exam is there, which is conducted by IIT for higher education. Those students who have missed JEE in their intermediate will be with full of fire and frustration. There is a chance for them to again enter into the IIT institutions for their higher education. They can compete with the MTech people if they go for MSc in IIT. So for all such people, we give coaching for such preparations. So that coaching is given after the college hours, not within the college hours. It's like a certificate course for them, and this gives them a better chance to compete in this world. And the other things are there. We have CRT team with us. Campus recruiting team is there. So campus recruitment training is given for all the final year students in various aspects like mathematical, then reasoning, aptitude, arithmetics, and then jam sessions will be taken. That is just a minute, they'll give one topic and ask the students to speak about that for a minute, and also all that is given to the students free of cost. We don't charge for that. It's not a course where students have to pay and then get it for themselves. No, it's not like that. Once the student enters, it is our responsibility. We have one quotation in our college: enter as a student, leave as an employee. So we give our level best, So all these students, they'll have that facility in the college. It is up to the student whether to use the time in a proper way or an improper way, But there is a system called mentee-mentor system in the college where the mentor will be falling behind the students. You are losing this particular thing in your career, so focus on that. The only thing that a mentor should do is concentrating or making the student to focus on his goal. Focus on his goal. He should understand what his goal is. When once that fellow gets that, nobody will stop him. Nobody will stop him. So the only thing that we need to do is facilitate them with all the things, and we should act as a facilitator, and it is up to the student discretion as to how he has to use his time in his best way. 3 years, we say that it is preparation to their life. It is preparation for their future, So how best? So we give them many newspapers come to our college saying that they will give the newspapers for what you call as subscriber concession is given. So the newspaper cost will fall around 1 rupee or 80 paise or so. So we'll ask 2-3 students to have that for 1 or 3 months or 4 months. They can read, if not the full paper, at least the captions, at least the editorial part, so that they can improve their vocabulary. So that they can improve their communication skills. As I told you at the beginning, communication skills play a major role in cracking the placements, So we make them understand this particular aspect, as well as give coaching in specialized areas like chemistry, computers, and mathematics, wherein they can crack the IIT JAM or any such higher level. There is an academy with which we have got a tie-up called Dhanush Academy. This academy, is run by one of our faculty members, Dr. C.S. Srinivas Rao, a lecturer, assistant professor in biochemistry. He gives coaching for all the students to face competitive exams like ICAR, then Central University examination. So many people, from that institution crack these examinations. Higher education institutions, they join and they are flourishing well. One of our students called Sadananda Bera has got 6th rank, and the other girl has got 2nd rank in the category BC. So recently, one of the girls has got 1st rank. So there are people like that who work hard.
Great. What would you like people to know about St. Joseph College that they might not know?
St. Joseph's College is very well known in the town for its discipline. And at the same time, being strict doesn't mean that we don't allow the students to have their things done. That is, if at all the student is interested to do certain thing, they are free to come forward and express their views, because we conduct so many co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities. So they can come forward and they can express their views and all those things. And I told you that we have got so many clubs, so many student activities are done under various clubs. People do not know about this particular aspect, that we have got a grievance cell. We strictly will not allow any ragging to take place in the campus. Anti-ragging committee is there, grievance cell is there, which is very active. And one more cell called harassment cell is there, women harassment cell, and that will take care of the girl students. And there is no scope for anybody to do any misbehaving in the college campus and all those things. It's not possible. It's not possible at all. So all these committees, they work hard, very hard, to the upliftment of the students' studies. And they give a serene environment for the students to concentrate on their studies, as well as the all-round development. Nowadays, just if you are good at studies, it's not enough. You'll have to improve your personality in many ways. So all that is taken care of in St. Joseph's. And we insist on games and sports. Many international events are also have, the students have given their representation in international events also. And that's it. We have got a college website, so everything is displayed in that website.
Yes. Any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth on aspiring students?
Yeah. As I told you earlier, youth has got a lot of exposure because of the social media nowadays. And the only thing that youth has to develop is focusing on their goals. That's the major thing that the youth has to do nowadays. And we should not forget our roots. Roots and our values are very important. You can fly high, no problem, but you should be grounded. You should be grounded at the same time, because if you don't have that values in us, that will not speak good about the work that you have that you are going to do. So one thing, to be focused with their goals, to have focus on their goals, to have an all-round development, and then the deep-rooted values we should not forget. We should not forget our tradition. We should not forget our values. It should go along with us. One generation to the other generation, they have to pass on. Then only our flag will stand high. It is these people who make the country to move forward, isn't it? We are only here to guide them, that's it. But how they ultimately come out of the college makes the society work in the coming next few years, isn't it? And we are very fortunate that in the country we have got 40% of youth in our country, and this bubbling energy, we should not make it go waste. So they should be focusing on their goals. They should have that ability to focus, and then they should not forget their values. Just because you are asked to progress, that doesn't mean that you should leave all the things behind. And just move ahead. And globalization is important, and learning good things from other countries is most welcome, but that doesn't mean that we should forget about our traditions, we should forget about our values. No, it's not welcoming. As foreigners come to our country and learn good things from our country, we should also go to the other countries, learn the good practices that are done over there, and we can implement in our lives. But we should not forget from where we have come and what are the values, what are the traditions, that we should never forget. Then only we can progress in our lives. And if you make a note, you can find especially South Indians in many of the foreign countries in highest positions. Not only Indians, I am particular about South Indians because many South Indians are found in highest positions in various parts of the world. So how it is possible? Because of their hard work, because of their deep-rooted values they have in their lives, and because of the focus they give to the work that they have taken up. So that age code ages applies to all walks of life. Whatever you do it well.
Great, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to thank our speaker for great insights of St. Joseph College. It was a great discussion, ma'am, really. Knowing the insights, knowing about the life. That's it from my side, and let's catch up soon with another speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.